Alrighty guys, this is crazy. Do y'all remember the white van I checked out? All right, what the hell? Why is all this? Is that coming from the oil cooler? Right here. Y'all see that? I'll take y'all dumpster dive. Oh, the plastic tees to the heater core is broken. Oh, look. Now, again, the question remains, why am I running rough? Did they cook this damn thing? Uh-oh, guys. Let's go to the back. Uh-oh. I'm smelling. Oh, no. No. Guys, y'all know what that means? Oh, shit. That's not good. That's what I'm smelling. And she mentioned it's blowing out white smoke, overheating. I got it back in the shop. You know why I got it back in the shop? Yeah, y'all ain't gonna believe this. They got an extended warranty. Oh my freaking goodness. Now here's the thing. Here's the problem we may run into, okay? And let me get this out the way. I'm pulling for her, okay? I really want this to, I ain't gonna say I really want it. I don't mind if this get approved and become a warranty. Okay, I feel bad for her. She say she literally did not know. Guys, remember what I told you? This is the one that you know, it's blowing out white smoke, and this line right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's broke. The plastic tee is broke. Yeah, well, anyway, I'm semi pulling for her simply because there should be some type of warning feature on these vehicles that'll let you know that your coolant is low. Yeah, that is crazy. Get a load of this. This is the washer, right? Underneath this washer bottle, there's a pump to disperse on your windshield, right? Guess what's beside that pump? A sensor. Not so much a sensor, a switch that simply opens and closes. When the fluid get below a certain level, that switch will open or either close, whichever signal is looking for. When that happens, bing, there's a light on your instrument cluster that will tell you that you low on washer fluid. Are you freaking kidding me? This is what I mean by priorities. Now, that same scenario I just brought up about the washer fluid, this is the coolant reservoir. There's no such switch. Okay, so technically the only thing the customer has to rely on is the temperature gauge. Now, I'm not trying to find an excuse for why a customer would keep driving if and their car is overheating. There's no switch on such a reservoir. This is the coolant reservoir. Wouldn't it be nice if that same switch that's used on this would have opened or closed and a light would have came on, bing, you're low on coolant. Okay, now granted, think about this. If you're driving, it take a while for your engine to realize it needs some more coolant from the reservoir, right? That's all with downtime and sucking, and you know, it's a lot of factors go into play before your coolant system will pull coolant out of your reservoir. Okay, but just think about it this way. If you finally made it home and your car was leaking coolant and you park it, yeah, you're gonna start sucking out of here because, you know, vacuum and all that stuff, and this becomes empty. That is your chance to or that is the car's chance to tell you, alert you that there's no coolant in the reservoir. Okay, my whole point in bringing that up is that's not in play on such a vehicle. Now, I don't know how the other car makers do it, BMW, Toyota, them all. I don't know if they got some kind of warning device put into place or switch on a reservoir that will let alert the customer that they low on coolant. I don't know how that works, but on this particular vehicle, there's no such system in place. Now, back to my it's not a grief. Like I say, I don't mind if she get this one approved, but there's only one thing. I got to tear this down. Yeah, she just told me they got some kind of aftermarket warranty, and I have to tear it down so the adjuster to come out. I'm hoping like hell the adjuster, or we find physical blown head gasket. We find something wrong so where they won't even look over here, because if they look there and see that and find out that it's leaking, and they assume that the customer just kept driving while it was leaking and she burned it up, decline. Nope. So I'm gonna try to put that back into place. It actually depends on the adjuster. So some of them are bright, some of them are not too bright. So I'm rooting for her. I hope like hell she get an engine. Chrysler, whoever designed this, need to be, yeah, that's not cool, man. Alert the customer of something wrong. There's too many things on these new age cars that can go wrong and cause fluid loss, whether it be coolant or washer fluid. That's unimportant. Priorities. Why the hell a customer need to know they washer fluid low and they don't need to know they coolant reservoir low? The priorities. It's crazy. I know some of y'all gonna say, so you can blow it up and then you have to buy another one. No, man, they don't think like that. That's just a coincidence. Even with the cooler, okay, the cooler, there is no, I didn't mean to bring this up, but there's an oil pressure sensor on this car that will alert you of low oil pressure, but there's no low oil level sensor. Yeah, you get no light when you low on oil. Now granted, when you low on oil, pressure may become low, but you're not going to get a warning light. You're going to get drivability issue. Remember, this is a variable valve timing engines, so oil level is crucial. Yeah, if there's low oil level, yeah, all this going to run bad. So should that alert the customer? Hey, that's a problem. No, man. Customers are like machines. Some of them are. They need alertness. They need something to tell them something is wrong. There's no low oil level sensor switch on this car. There's no low coolant switch on this car. So I got to tear it down, man. So I'm going to take the head off and they're going to come out and look. I'm going to let y'all know what happened, man. I'm pulling for her. This is one I'm actually rooting for. So now in order to keep this on the low, she's going to have to pay for this. So yeah, warranty company not going to pay for it. They don't even need to know that. I hope, like I say, I'm going to try to finagle that to where it don't look. It's still cooling all down here. So it all depends on the adjuster. If he come out, look, with the engine tore down, it's going to be too late to pressure test it, right? So he don't have a chance to pressure test. Only thing he going off of is the looks of the head gasket and the flatness of the head. He gonna come out with a straight edge. He gonna, check the flatness of the head and probably the block. What he conclude from that is anyone's guess. But you can't pressure test it. If you do it now, if they come now and pressure test this, they're gonna find that and go decline. All right, again, I'm pulling for this one. So let me get this thing tore down, and when the adjuster come in, I'm gonna show y'all what's going on, let y'all know how this work out. All right, go girl, go, because this is a damn shame. I gotta go, guys.